So have you ever been in a rehearsal and you're like shouting to the bass player, it's D, and they're hearing everything but they're hearing it B, G, C, E, and the whole thing falls apart. Even the people listening who know nothing about music are like crying inside because it's just gone wrong. Or maybe you're playing a song that you've played 20 times in a certain key and you're playing for a new vocalist and they're doing it in a different key. What do you do then? Well, the Nashville Number system is shorthand for naming chords. And it's a single framework that you can use for any key, which is brilliant. It was developed by musicians in Nashville who wanted to communicate more effectively, particularly like in a live setting. So if you're a keys player, a bass player or a guitarist, this is such a useful tool. So the Nashville Number system is based on the major scale. So let's hear a C major scale. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and back to the root. So in a major scale, the gaps between the notes are always the same, regardless of what key you're in. So between the first and the second note, it's a tone. Between the second and the third note, it's a tone. Between the third and the fourth note, it's a semitone. Then between the fourth and the fifth, it's a tone. Between the fifth and the sixth, it's a tone. Between the sixth and the seventh, it's a tone. And then finally, you've got a semitone that takes you from the seventh back to the root. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and back to the root. So that was the C major scale. Now, let's do the same thing, but with a G major scale. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and back to the root. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and back to the root. So as you can see, even though the keys are different, all the numbers remain the same. So how does the Nashville Number system help us understand chords? Well, from each note of the scale we can build a triad, which is a 3-note chord. So for example in C major, the first note of a C scale is C. And so from that note we can build a chord using C, E and G, which are the first, third and fifth notes of the C major scale. And that is our major triad. So that was a C major triad, and you can use that pattern all the way up the scale. Now the next note in the C major scale is D, so from that D you can build another triad using the second, the fourth and the sixth notes, which is D, F and A, and that's your first minor triad in the scale. Now this pattern works all the way up, but it's important to note that on the fourth note you wouldn't say that you're building a chord using fourth, sixth and eighth notes. You would say fourth, sixth and first, and then you continue from there. Similarly with the fifth chord, you'd be saying fifth, seventh and second note of the scale. Why don't we take a look at the whole scale and see how this pattern works all the way through. So we're just going to finish up by looking at a chord progression, and then using Nashville Numbers we're going to transpose that progression into a different key. So a really common progression, say you're in the key of C, is C, F, A minor, and G, which in Nashville Numbers is 1, 4, 6, 5. So maybe you've been doing a song for a while in that key with that progression, with a guy singing, you want to mix it up and get a female vocalist. Often what you do in that situation is bringing up around a fifth. So if you're in C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it takes up to G. So now in the new key, this is the progression. G, C, E minor, and D, which in Nashville Numbers is 1, 4, 6, 5. So even though the chords changed, the numbers stayed the same. And that's what's so great about the Nashville Number system. Hope you found that helpful. If you want to see any more resources, go to ivyworship.org. Thanks for watching.